Guys, Manchester City are through to the top. Well, not through. We're already through the Champions League. We are top of the group after a very minging, very forgettable 0-0 draw against FC Porto. But it doesn't matter because we have achieved and accomplished the result that we sent out. We are top of the group, and hopefully we'll never have to talk about that game again after this night and other than my video tomorrow. But I want to say thank you, as ever, to OneFootball for supporting the channel. Please go and click the link in the description below. Help support my channel and download a wonderful app, which is, I guarantee you, a damn sight better than that game of football that we've all just witnessed. Go and download it in the link in the description below, please. Get all your Manchester City news, all your football news. It's free, it's wonderful, it looks beautiful as well, and you've been supporting me for an awful long time. And as everyone will tell you in the comments who's always downloaded it, it's genuinely a great app. So please go download it right now. It's brilliant. Big love to OneFootball, which is, I promise you once again, is a damn sight better than anything that we've just witnessed during that game. Basically, we are through. We're top of the group. I know obviously people are going, it's the goal difference and all that kind of stuff. No, it's all about head-to-head. So you have a better head-to-head record against Porto than we do. So we are top of the group, which is how it should be. Now, of course, I'll get onto all your comments in a bit. And hello to everyone joining in for this live video. And also thank you to everyone who joined in during the watch-along. But I'll offer some of my own personal thoughts for the game. I am fine with this. Now, I don't think we should overreact to the fact that we didn't win this game. I think City were by far the better team. I know it wasn't always fluid, but I never expected it to be fluid when I saw a team that had made so many changes. When you make that many changes and you don't play the likes of Walker, Mendy's playing well recently, no John Stones, and obviously no Gundogan who's played a lot, no Kevin De Bruyne, no Mahrez who played well the other day, no Gabriel Jesus from the start. Of course, it's going to be a little bit disjointed when you play that many players. But what I wanted to see, regardless of that, was a team that was at least very organised defensively. And we were. A team that was working hard. And we genuinely did, in my opinion. And also, a team that was trying to win the game. And I don't believe for any second that we weren't trying to win the game. I thought we were absolutely fine. Some performances just need to be professional. And I think you'd have to be a particularly miserable sort to say that City weren't the better team there. And could have easily won the game. I can think of, obviously, the goal, which was unlucky. I think it probably was the right call. Maybe Rodri was offside in the build-up, as frustrating as that is, though I don't actually know the rules about how far you can go back, so I could do with someone clarifying that, but it doesn't matter too much now. I can think the chances, somehow Diaz cleared it off the line. I can think of a header saved really well. I can think of Sterling wasting a one-on-one. Bernardo having a shot saved down below. We did have chances in that half that we wasted. Foden nearly got onto the end of a pass from Fernandinho. We were easily the better team, and that's what matters to me. Defensively, we didn't look like conceding a goal at any single point, which is great. It does feel like genuinely we changed. And other than their goalkeeper, and whoever he is, by the way, let's get him home. He was fantastic. Other than their goalkeeper having the game of his life, we would have easily won that. I mean, as Patrick just said, Diaz is apparently such a good defender that it's physically impossible for the ball to go in any goal when he touches it. Indeed, Diaz, essentially, his defensive instincts kicked in there and he had to clear the ball absolutely spectacularly. What are you doing, Ruben, you big bastard? But I'll let him off for that because I don't think it really matters. Once again, we've rested loads of key players. We've got the job done. Touch wood, it looks like there was no injuries. And I still think we were pretty decent. Honestly, still think we were decent. So I'm totally fine with it. It was good. It was just good. It was a good performance that I'm very, very happy with in general. What the hell are you on about, Leonard? But yeah, in general, basically, it was a decent performance, and that's all that matters. All you want is a City team to go out there and get the job done, and City did get the job done, and it was all right. I was also really impressed personally with Bernardo Silva. I thought Bernardo was honestly good. Bernardo had a really good game. I'm sorry, but people will focus on what Bernardo didn't do, but for me, there was moments when we saw Bernardo of old. There was energy running through the midfield. There was a couple of lovely little dribbles that were very much like the Bernardo of old. Obviously, he should have had an assist. He was really unlucky at that. He also played another nice pass or two as well, and his work rate was really good. Now, I'm not saying it was Bernardo of old full stop, but it was a lot closer to Bernardo of old, and I think we've seen some fleeting signs recently that Bernardo still has it somewhere, so I am very happy about that. I thought Bernardo was very, very encouraging. Fernandinho, by the way, as well, was just, I bloody love Ferner. How are we going to replace someone like Fernandinho? Can you even replace someone like Fernandinho? I thought Fernandinho was fantastic. A couple of absolutely delightful balls. Fernandinho over the top for Sterling when I couldn't quite get onto it. He played the ball to Sterling for the one-on-one, by the way. Who was that? Was that Bernardo? Also, there was a Fernandinho ball over the top to Foden, which was delightful, which he couldn't quite get onto. But Fernandinho was everywhere, doing what Fernandinho does, being aggressive, being niggly, being just a little bastard in a good way. So the first half, as Adrian Juarez just said, was nap time indeed. It really was. It was nap time. It was a boring game. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, we got the job done. Everywhere else on the pitch, Torres, didn't have his best game today for Ferran Torres, if we're being honest. Sterling, likewise, was a little bit wasteful constantly throughout the game. He was unlucky to have a shot obviously cleared off the line, which is a wonderful shot drilled in from the left-hand side. But he's not in great form. I can hold our hands up and say that. Foden was I thought Foden was a little bit hit and miss personally. He was okay. He gave the ball away a few too many times in my personal liking, but it's going to happen every now and then. I thought Rodri was fine. I thought Rodri and Fernandinho both personally bossed the midfield, and I thought Bernardo had a good game as well. So yeah, I thought that was the midfield. I thought was fine. Garcia and Diaz didn't really look troubled at any point. A couple of really sloppy passes from Garcia, but after that, Garcia can literally marshal anyone. Garcia can make me look pretty decent at centre back. Well, probably not go that far, but Garcia was fine alongside Diaz, and I thought Diaz was genuinely excellent as he always is. Cancelo, decent going forward, a little bit wasteful, but just decent. All right. I thought Zinchenko's crossing was terrible. I don't think he's a natural crosser, Zinchenko. He was absolutely fine there, but I think he had a little bit less quality going forward than Mendy for me personally. But it was okay in being there, Zinchenko had an okay game. I guess Ralph disagrees. He thought he was great left back, Zinchenko. Fair enough, man. Edison was just on an Edison one today. A good save, by the way, at one point from that kind of header kind of thing. But Edison had some good. Zini had some good set pieces though. He did actually. Do you know what? Selective memory and all that. No, you're right. Zini was okay. He was okay. I don't think he was terrible. But I just think he was all right. He was one of those games where you just forget about it really. And I thought Edison. Yeah, Edison was just mad in the first half, just being a bit crazy like Edison sometimes can do. But after that, he was okay. Edison's, he's fun. He's fun for a good crazy thing every now and then. But that is Edison for you. Don't forget, by the way, please do click the link in the description to download OneFootball. It would absolutely mean the world if you don't mind supporting the channel. It's free, it's wonderful, and I guarantee you will enjoy it. And don't forget as well, please do hit the like button on this video, and please do hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Where we are in terms of subscribers, I'm at 46,573, so I need 27 more subscribers to get to 46,600. It'd be wonderful if you don't mind. What is your thoughts? Do let me know. I'm just fine. I'm just happy with that. Not every game is going to be memorable, but I do think the form has improved. I do think City looked more focused. I think there was professionalism there. Even if there wasn't fluidity, I think there was a professionalism and an intensity that I still wanted to see. And I've got absolutely no doubt that if De Bruyne was playing, and Gabriel Jesus had started, he looked a lot more natural when he came on the pitch. And maybe Morris had played, maybe because he's in good form. If we'd played our strongest side, I've got no doubt that we would have won that comfortably in the end. We were much better. Much better than Porto overall. I mean, we genuinely, to be honest, we were all over them in the second half in particular. I don't know how they somehow survived that, but it doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter. Sterling sold our bench, so we're not going to sell Sterling. Sterling has literally saved us so many times over the last few years that you're not going to sell him. But I know he's in bad form, but you guys would sell your nanny if she was in bad form, you guys, because sometimes you just jump down people's throats. Nick has joined that. Pete saying, I have to say I really like Torres' movement overall. He has excellent offensive instincts. He does. I totally agree. I don't think he played well personally, Pete, but I do agree he's movement and intelligent. He shows an awful lot of potential. And he's a good player. He's a very good player. Not fully adapted yet. He's shown some good moments. But he's been decent. And I actually agree with the Football King. Last season, City might have lost that 1-0. It's really nice to watch City in the moment and go largely. You go, we're probably not going to concede a goal or many chances. And it does feel that way. I know recently the Tottenham game was a bit of an anomaly and a bit of difference there, but it doesn't feel like that's a regular occurrence for me at the moment. It does feel like City are pretty much strong, are pretty much reliable defensively, and that is a change. And if we can change the defence and get that better, I don't see any reason why we can't change the forward line as well. We will get there. Sterling doesn't deserve any more starts, Stephen. Do you know what? No, I agree. He's not playing well, and I think Guardiola knows that. Guardiola won't be starting him. He only started in this game because essentially this is the reserve side. The ones that are playing in the first team at the moment were rested for this game. So you're probably right. He won't be starting soon because he's not playing well, and you're right. Yes, indeed. I think people saying Sterling being reactionary. I agree, indeed. You don't get rid of someone who can score that many goals. He's out of form, but you don't sell him just like that. And also, to be honest, if we sold him now, we'd be getting a lot less than he probably is worth. I agree that Torres, Bernardo, and Mara's in better form. Yeah, I think we all agree. But I mean, to be honest, let's look at the positives as opposed to moaning about individuals, because there's not really that much to moan about. It wasn't perfect, but it was fine. All the players tried. Porto were horrible. Porto really wanted to kick us. I'd love to see the rules, by the way, about how far you can pull a game back for the offside. I probably think the Rodri thing was just about the right call. I mean, he was offside. It wasn't as miles as close as some recently. He was a good a few inches off, which is kind of understandable. So yeah, I think I'd love to know the rules, by the way, in general, because I don't know what actually the definition is, but. Today I'm fine. I'm not going to complain when there's no real reason to complain. I was expecting this performance to be very Carabao Cup-esque, when you rotate loads of players. But the big thing is now, as 2241C, which sounds like a vaccine or something, 2241C, Chad, sounds like one of the Oxford vaccines. As he just said, we can play the kids versus Marseille now. The best thing about this now, we've got the Fulham game now with KDB and Jesus largely rested, and Walker rested, and Gundogan rested, and Stones was rested, and Mendy was rested. It means we can play a pretty healthy side against Fulham. Obviously, as well, we've got a few days until the game now, and also we can totally rest everyone against Marseille, and it doesn't matter. Which, by the way, I'm going to be on City's YouTube channel again. I think I'm pretty certain I am going to be next Wednesday as well. So that'll be nice. But basically, it does mean we can rest. Sorry? I told you it was going on again, but I think it was. I was going on again at some point. I told you that, Nicola. But I think it is next Wednesday. So yeah, I think we can then rest everyone for the derby, which is great. So it's a mature performance and looks like no injuries, as Anthony's just said. Yeah, that's it to me. That's spot on. I mean, sometimes you just want a mature performance. Kennedy, right now, I want City to play the players that are in form, and at the moment, Stones is in form. Stones and John reckons you recommend Mendy plays at the weekend. Yes, John, I think the defence at the weekend will choose itself. I think it's going to be Mendy, Stones, Diaz and Walker because it's worked well recently. So it's going to be those four, almost certainly. I'm not in trouble at all, Tommy. And I'm never in trouble with Nicola. You think I'm in trouble with him? No, never. She's not. She's just saying she just didn't know. Nicola's just got to be like I am. So she hears something and you go, what? In the way I do. And that doesn't even get me in trouble either, does it? Because you're like, it's true, right? She's still on Sims, by the way, and she's still going on about the Battenberg. Which, if you've got no idea, what that references to, that's the watch along. Battenbergs are great, is all I'm going to say. Ryan Ladd reckons Man United are going to spank City. Ryan, I hope you're wrong, mate. I hope you're wrong. What about Ake? Shaquille? Ake's got to play his way into the team. I really like Ake, but you'll get a chance. He might even get a chance against Fulham, actually, Ake. Or maybe, no, he'll probably play against Marseille, I reckon. But obviously, he's had a couple of games out, and Stones and Ruben Diaz are banging form, so he's got to get ahead of them, which is understandable. But that is life at a club like Manchester City. So we'll see. Bernardo is back in. I thought Bernardo was good. I'm not going to go as far as saying he's back, but he's showing signs that he could be back. I would love to see Bernardo find his form, and I do also agree with who said it. Ifemi said Fernandinho's still showing his class at 35. Not wrong with being 35, is there? Yes, I'm 35. I'm the same age as old man Fernandinho. What is my life? I'm so old. So old. Do you think Laporte will start against Fulham, Stephen? No, if I'm being honest, Yusuf. I think it'll be Stones and Diaz. I think they'll start because they're currently the first choice. And I think that's it. That's it. And that's probably fair at the moment. Play the players who play well. And to be honest, I don't give a shit if Laporte's not playing. Because it means, as long as it means that the players who are playing well. If Laporte's not playing, it means Stones and Diaz are doing well, or someone else is doing well, and I'm fine with that. I don't really care who plays as long as they're playing well. That's how I feel. No one's untouchable. I'll never not moan about a player not starting, if I think the others in the position are doing well at the moment. Of course. Arch Lafurf, of course, it's David Silva's flowing locks. It's always got to be David Silva's flowing locks. Obviously, as a fellow scruffy head person myself,
David Silva's flowing locks are fake now.
Other what now? Oh, they are fake now. Well, they're not. I guess it's his hair, to be fair. He's always, I don't know what you're referring to there. Too much hate for the kid Garcia. As long as he plays City, you should support him. Yeah, Football King's got a point there. I guess people are frustrated, Football King, because obviously he keeps saying he doesn't want to be at City and all that kind of stuff, and people would rather see academy lads or players who want to be here play. I agree with those sentiments broadly, but I understand people feeling different ways about it. So, yeah. Thoughts on Cancelo versus Mendy. Jamie, I like Cancelo. I really do like Cancelo, and he probably deserves to play more. But at the same time, I do like the natural width from Mendy, I'll be honest. But then, I don't trust Mendy yet. And I don't really trust... I also don't trust Cancelo to be the long-term solution at left-back. I'm bored of playing players out of position. I've said this a billion times. Just because someone can play a few games good at left-back and they're out of position, it's not going to work long time. In the way that Zinchenko did drop off a little bit after a few good games at left-back. In the way that Delph didn't keep it up. Don't play players out of position and expect it to be a permanent thing. We need a left footer at the left back. I mean, I like Cancelo an awful lot, but it's not going to be the long-term solution. And let's be honest, anyway, Cancelo's meant to be the Kyle Walker solution. Bernardo is washed, says Dor Gerson. I'm not sure if you've been paying any attention whatsoever to football at the moment, Dor, but I thought Bernardo was generally probably your best player in the pitch today. So, I mean, obviously you've made your mind up because that's the kind of person you probably are. What a write-off of players just like that. But I thought he was absolutely fine. I don't get this whole thing, like... Can't we just say, I've been worried about... Can't you just be like, I think Bernardo... I'm worried Bernardo might be a one-season wonder. Might be. Not, no, he definitely is, you know. I'm so bored of people being so definitive. I'm sorry, but even like Cheeky and Guardiola aren't definitive about players. I know you're... Sorry, though. I know you're joking. Sorry, pal. No, but it's a genuine peeve of mine. And I'm not saying you doing in particular. I did, to be honest, I did think you were doing that, so I apologise. But I do think people are far too quick to say yes or no to a player. Like... Especially if they've shown something good at some point, don't write them off. No, I'm not saying you're doing that. But yes, largely that's something I think we should consider. Grimaldo's greater than Mendy, said DC51. Maybe, but Grimaldo's been wasting his career over a league, you know, for a while now that needs to challenge him. Grimaldo's 25 years old and he's still playing for Benfica, you know. I want to see him step up a level. Maybe he can do it at Man City, but you've got to bear in mind, obviously, he's often also injured as well, so I'm not very sure personally. I think there's question marks about Ronaldo. We'll see, I guess. Predictions on the Fulham game, a victory. I don't know yet, but I'll think about it, but I don't really know yet. What you want about one? Why is no one talking about Juarez? Why would we talk about a player who didn't play, you muppet? Like, I'm so bored of people like just thinking about the world revolves around Mahrez. Mahrez has been very good recently, but why would we be talking about him? He wasn't involved in this game because he was resting because he was good the other day. Fanboys drive me mad, man. They drive me absolutely mad. Steve Thumbnail says 1-0. Does it? Jesus. Oops, that's an error. Let me just change the thumbnail. Oh, it does indeed. Bloody hell. God, that was from an editing error. I'll change that thumbnail quickly. Oops. That was from a template I set up beforehand. I shouldn't take the Mahrez bait, indeed. It's just drive me mad, fanboys who only want to talk about one person. I just don't get why would anyone talk about Mahrez right now. Like, why? What possible reason would we talk about a guy who just wasn't involved? He is indeed part of Manchester City, I agree, but I mean, he's nothing to... I can't comment on his performance if he didn't get on, mate. I apologise if it was a little bit harsh there, but like, there's nothing to change. Anyway, I've changed the thumbnail. I stay up till 4 to watch a 0-0. I'm a proper City fan. Good on you, Sid. Good on you, Sid. It's impressive. Guys, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe button and download on football. It'd be really, really appreciated. Tagliafico rumours would be interesting, wouldn't they? He's a good player, Tagliafico. Yeah, he's decent. I'm not fully sold on him. I don't think there's many great left-backs around, if I'm being honest, at the moment. I think there's lots of just decent ones. All right ones. I don't think there's many like world-class left-backs around that aren't that actually attainable. I need 26 more subscribers, by the way. Guys, I am going to leave it there. City have done a decent job. Thank you to everyone who's watched all the streams. Job done, you know. It was fine. We got the job done. It was professional. We played all right. We're top of the group. We don't have to worry now. We can rest everyone. Everyone's rested. And only 30 goals in about 16 games, I think. Should we be worried? Yeah, we're improving, Harry. Let's see where we go. I love you all. Every single one of you. You're all class. Thank you so much. Make sure to download football in the link in the description below. I want to say thank you to all these guys here. These guys are my members who are absolutely fantastic. I appreciate you all. How long is your Snapchat streak with Nicola? I'm 35. I don't use Snapchat. And also we live together and spend every waking moment together. So why would I possibly? Why would I need that? But there you go. Thank you to all these guys here. And also I want to say thank you to my patrons as well. These guys here, my patrons and my members. You're all absolute heroes to everyone involved. Sit here through. That's all that matters. You're all absolute heroes. It's been a decent night. The watch along was great fun. Go and download One Football in the link in the description below. You won't regret it, I promise you. For now, though, hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to have a cup of tea and eat some Battenberg. I'm going to go and relax and chill. Thank you very much, guys. In a bit. I love you all loads. Bye-bye.